The growth rate in industry is now down to almost 1%. Agriculture is not above 3%. It's at 2.5% in fact. So which index are they talking about? I want to know.
But
then
what
you look
is
at
policy alternative? No, but Dr. Swami, what is your policy alternative?
Swami, agriculture is growing at
what,
over.
What is our policy
agriculture is growing at over 4%.
Well, I'll come to that now. Now that you agree, now that you agree,
what is the difference between your economic policy and Congress's
why
economic
aren't you
policy?
talking about current account deficit?
Let me answer
why
that.
Are you talking about
if you all go on talking at the same time, I can't answer that.
Why are you talking about a GDP which is still relatively
Please stop this man from going on blabbering.
Today at 5%.
So
well, I thought
I'll answer the question as to what's the difference.
Made on a TV channel. I'm being very tolerant
well,
of you.
You go on blabbering.
You mean what?
Now, the question, the answer to
Mr.
the
Swami,
question as to what's the difference between our policy and the Congress policy. Let me, now again he's blabbering in the middle. Please stop him. I never interrupted him. If he wants to talk, I can keep quiet. There's because our case
Please
is
continue. We are going into a break. Complete these points.
All the opinion polls are showing such poor showing for the Congress.
Why? Policy and Congress's policy. That is the main thing.
No intention.
All right, I'm answering that.
I'm
answering that.
Who doesn't know his facts?
I'm answering that. Now, come on, again he's blabbering. Why are you showing such poor showing in the opinion polls? People are saying that you're going to get less than 100. If the economy was doing so well, why should the people punish you?
Why aren't you getting a Lok Sabha ticket, my friend?
So now coming to the question as to what's the difference.
Poll, we will win the elections. Don't worry. The
now again he's back blabbering. Does he do anything but blabber? He has no facts, nothing. He just goes on blabbering and interrupting. Can he not have a minimum discipline to listen to the other side?
Mr.
Now,
Swami,
see the question.
No, gentlemen, I mean, we have other issues to cover.
Again, he's back.
Both of us going.
No, I'm going to do this. One minute. First of all, I want to request both sides. I know the love and the affection that Subramaniam Swami and Sanjay Jha have for each other. Right? However, I would request you to restrain your affection in the course of each other's arguments. I'll come back to the debate. I am forced to take a small commercial break. When I come out, I want to know from Sanjay Jha and Dr. Swami several things, including from Sanjay Jha. I want to ask him whether he will admit on national television that Chidambaram dressed up the numbers on the fiscal deficit. You dress up the number on the fiscal deficit. When you're asked questions about it, you say they are puerile. Now, when somebody sees through your numbers, that person is being intelligent, not being puerile.
This is Times Now, Super Prime Time. And you're watching The News Hour with Arnab Goswami.
Now, what's going on between Yashwant Sinha and Chidambaram is in a way childish, because Yashwant Sinha says that the markets went up when there was news that Chidambaram was not fighting the elections. And Chidambaram says, no, the markets are actually going up because Yashwant Sinha is not fighting the elections. Well, maybe the markets are happy that neither of them is fighting the elections, and we'd probably have someone else in the finance ministry. The question is this, Yashwant Sinha's next question, Is it a fact that for purely electoral considerations, you allow the fiscal deficit to cross all limits of sustainability through unproductive and irresponsible government spending from which the budget of the government of India has not recovered yet? Is it a fact that you have drastically reduced plan and productive allocations in the budget and taken recourse to questionable means to maintain fiscal deficit around 5% of the GDP and made a mockery of the Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act? Chidambaram says in response, our biggest success is containing fiscal deficit. We will end FY14 with a fiscal deficit of 4.7%. Is he being completely honest there, Professor Vaidyanathan? Is he being completely honest, Chidambaram? No? Why?
There is a significant amount of accounting jugglery he has done.
I know, I'll come to you, Sanjay Jha. Let him respond.
40 to 45,000 crores. Can I finish?
Yeah, please.
He has done massive accounting jugglery. He has shifted a huge sum. My estimate is 35 to 40,000 crores to the next year. Whoever is going to be the new finance minister, he is going to be given a baby which is a massive fiscal deficit creator. So he is the originator of significantly increasing the expenditure and not increasing the revenue or looking at it in any way. And at the same time, trying to adjust and play with the numbers. Cleverness helps, but not beyond a point. This is the issue when you have lawyers to keep track of your accounting entries.
Arguing
It is
like
not based upon actual cash
let's see.
flows or benefits.
Let's see if the Congress
He's very
admits.
clever. Nobody can question that.
No. See, because
about his cleverness. But that cleverness is not going to help the economy.
you can be clever,
Second point,
but
Arnav,
no. 1 second.
we had
Arnav, you don't
most
think that's a
important
personal
point,
attack, is it?
We had brokers.
Arnav, you don't think that's
we
a
had
personal
broker
attack by the
scam,
professor on
we
Mr.
had
Chidambaram?
banker scam.
No, he's saying it's good to be
are
clever,
there
but it's not
no
good.
more
Yeah.
ministerial accountability at all.
Can I answer him? Can I
Are
answer
there
him?
no more
no,
ministerial
before you
Can I answer him?
accountability?
No, answer
We
it.
had this massive stock exchange scam in this country.
1 second, Professor
And nobody is
Vaidyanathan,
asking
just
him any
stop
questions.
at that
Right.
point. Stop at
Right.
that point. Before you answer Sanjay Jha, here's a fact for you. If you can say that this is wrong, I will admit that Professor Vaidyanathan is right. If you say that what I am about to say is right, then you will have to on this program right now admit that Professor Vaidyanathan is right. You are wrong, Chidambaram is wrong. Is it true that during his vote on account speech, Chidambaram admitted that 35,000 crore rupees of fuel subsidies will be rolled over, which basically simple common sense means that had these fuel subsidies been accounted for, the fiscal deficit would have been much, much higher. Additionally, planned expenditure had been cut while non-planned expenditure has gone up. Isn't it absolutely clear that numbers have been dressed up to somehow give Chidambaram a good grade in his report card? But fudging the facts to get the right report card, Sanjay Jha, I mean, what is this?
Arnav, when the... No, I
35,000
missed the
crores.
point. Let me tell you. Firstly, the vote in account. The vote, by the way, if it is not a dressing up because Mr. Finance Minister made that statement publicly about what exactly are the rollovers, what are the expectations for the next...
No, what
finance
would have
minister
happened to
take
the
over?
fuel?
Where is the window dressing?
What would have happened
Let
if
me
this
tell you
was
the second
accounted
point.
for?
By the way, let me answer your question. Unlike anybody in your panel, now let me tell you on the experience here. Unlike anybody on your panel, I have worked with investors and I've been part of an institution.
Please,
that was a
we have
big investor in
people
Indian
here who
stock
also know
market.
economic
let me tell
issues.
you
You're not the
something.
only one.
If you believe that the Indian stock market, if you believe the Indian stock market is touching 22,000 and foreign institutional investors are pumping money into India and they believe
Maybe
India's
maybe
fiscal
it's going
deficit
up
is
because
nothing
they
but
see
a
the
piece
Congress
of,
going.
some kind of a corny spiel because a professor, because of an academic professor in IIM Bangalore thinks so, then let me tell you, you have got your facts completely wrong. The fiscal deficit has not, as
Arnab
Mr.
Goswami.
Chidambaram has said so.
No, 1 minute.
Arnab,
One minute. Yes, Professor Vaidyanathan. Professor Vaidyanathan.
I would like to
And
take a minute.
1 minute.
Professor Vaidyanathan is coming back again into the debate.
And
Sanjay,
the
please let him, please. You made a comment at him. He wants to come back to the debate. Professor.
Let me answer.
Professor comes back to the
If the
debate.
deficit was high,
Do not-
the foreign
Professor comes back to the debate.
investors-
Arnab.
Can I finish 30 seconds?
Professor
Give me
comes
30
back to the
seconds.
Arnab,
debate.
do
Allow
not
it.
make
Please listen to
me
me.
debate with people like Sanjay Jha, who doesn't know the difference between BOP and BJP. Please. A person like Sanjay Jha who doesn't know the difference between BOP and BJP.
Truth is hard to
There is
swallow,
no point in
Professor.
debating with him.
Truth is very hard to swallow. Come and debate with me. I will teach you that. Professor, I will teach you that. Don't worry about it. You know, academic armchair knowledge is not good enough. There are FII and serious investors who are putting money into India because the macroeconomic fundamentals of India are getting
Alex,
stronger.
leave the rhetoric
I
aside.
don't like the fact that, Arnab, you are discounting the finance minister of India. 1 minute, he is the current finance minister of India as we talk.
So he can't
And
be wrong.
He says so in
If
a
he's
press
the current
conference.
finance minister,
It is
he
not
cannot
easy
be
for
wrong.
you to just
I am
discount
not
what he
among
said.
those journalists who believe that the current finance minister of India is the final authority.
Well, how come you have not mentioned how is
Should we kowtow to him because he's the current finance minister?
You went completely insane.
No, should we be completely obsequious towards him because he's the current finance minister?
Foreign exchange reserves today have crossed $300 billion.
Yeah, let me ask you this.
Why aren't you saying that India's foreign exchange reserves have
this
crossed
constant
$300 billion?
argument? He's the finance minister of India.
The most stable foreign
My
currency
question to you
amongst
is,
markets.
well, let me tell you, he says I have talked about a 10-point agenda in the economy in my voter account speech.
Arnab, you can't discount it.
No, 1 minute. Please listen to me, please, Sanjay Jha. He's the current finance minister of India, not the Lord and Master of the country.
Sure.
Okay? And I'm not certainly going to treat the current finance minister of India like the Lord and Master of the country, even if you want to do so.
But let me tell you, he definitely knows his finance and economics better than all of us on the panel.
Well, that may be your view, but in my but in any case,
fortunately, I'm not.
In any case, okay, Subramaniam Swamy is having a good laugh. The Subramaniam Swamy, what's funny? What's it? Subramaniam Swamy to Sanjay Jha, please.
Yeah, go and see.
Yes, Subramaniam Swamy.
See, the question is, Mr. Arnab Goswami, let's look at the important indexes about which there is no doubt. The growth rate is down, the rate of saving is down, fiscal deficit has gone up, the current account deficit has gone up, the NPL in banks has gone up. Now, which is that one
Arnab,
index
you can't allow
by
that.
which you
That's
can
a
say
joke.
the economy is improving?
The current account
now,
deficit is around 2.5%.
These people, they claim academic
now,
degrees
viewers,
and it
you're
turns out to be
watching-
fake.
you're watching
so
the
maybe
most
this
blatant,
fake economic
flagrant lie from
academic
the
degrees
BJP
is causing the
spokesperson today on the
problem.
panel. You're fudging and you're bluffing. You're not just a blabbering man, you're a bluff master. You're inspired by Mr. Modi. How can you say that?
Don't be a copycat. Use some other word.
This is a sham. This is an ultimate sham.
Yeah,
Arnab,
all
this
your
is an ultimate
academic
sham.
degrees are bogus.
I mean, how this man doesn't know a bit of the economic statistics of today. You got a man who lies on one end and an armchair on the other. I think it's time you got Prasenjit into the discussion.
Now you see the Congress quality linking to
reserves are going up. GDP is going up. India has been rated as the most attractive investment destination by
I will ask you only one question, Sanjay.
India is looking good.
Sanjay, 1 point.
Peaking at 22,000 will rise even more.
1 point. I don't know why 22,000, by the way. I don't. Markets don't have a logic. Markets maybe anticipating a change. I don't know. God knows what the markets react for. Markets are not the indicator of the economy.
Arnab Goswami, let me remind you.
No.
Arnab Goswami,
the market has gone up only because of participatory notes. They are all re-laundering of money.
2007.
The last word,
when there were no elections.
The last word goes here.
The national factors, but they largely respond to fundamentals.
Look, I'm just going to get Prasenjit and Professor Vaidyanath an opportunity. You know, Prasenjit, at the end of the day, even you.
Arnab.
Okay, Professor, you go first.
Arnab, they always used to refer to this as dream team. You know, this economic team which has been collected around this UPA. But they have put the whole country into sleep. This dream team has only produced technicolor dreams, which they are peddling around. The reality is extraordinarily major crisis facing us, and all of it is domestic. And I think our good friend, whoever you have called from representing Congress,
Sanjay Jha,
you should tell him to read up something. The entire international reports suggest our crisis is our domestic crisis. It has got nothing to do with the global.
He doesn't know my name.
Okay, 1 minute. Gentlemen.
Professor, are you aware of the Lehman Brothers collapse?
Okay.
Professor, I don't know what you teach at IIM Bangalore. Are you aware of Lehman Brothers?
Okay,
Prasenjit.
Prasenjit, my last question. Prasenjit, do you expect a big change?
You know what happened to Goldman Sachs?
You know
what happened to Morgan Stanley? It is not a domestic issue alone. It's largely international. And I think you need to travel abroad to get some newer, fresh...
Fine, okay, Prasenjit is the last word. Prasenjit, on the economy, will the verdict go against the Congress and the UPA?
Yeah, I surely think that the way the economic situation has steadily deteriorated primarily due to the misguided policies of the UPA government, the Congress will have to pay a very heavy political price for it. But I also think that the BJP's economic policies are absolutely the carbon copy of the Congress. It will have the similar consequences, and as far as corruption and crony capitalism is concerned, there is absolutely no difference between the Congress and the BJP. And the stock market rally that is happening today, I would also like to point out there should be an investigation into which are the stocks and scrips exactly whose prices are experiencing a sharp appreciation.
Gentlemen, I don't know why stock markets are changing. I don't over-rely on only the markets to tell us what's happening with the economy, but yes, it is up. Maybe it's anticipation of a change.
It's all speculation.
Who knows? Who knows? Speculation on the basis of some opinion of some people, narrow group. Let's not rely too much on that. Gentlemen, I am only very happy that the questions Chidambaram described as puerile, we've had some debate on those puerile discussions. I hope we've not had a puerile debate. Thank you very much for joining me on debate number 2 on the News Hour tonight.